Welcome to this episode of Quip and Convo segments. This month, we're celebrating Family Day. Yeah, it's the 19th of February. Well, today we'll be talking about the family in one form or the other. You'll see my guest bio right after this, so please join us. Eunice, welcome back to the Quip and Convo segment of the Quip Corner with Ada.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me again. This feels like a second home now, right?
I like that. No problem with that at all. So I remember reading, your post on Facebook, and I said, we need to talk, we need to talk, we need to talk.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Every now and then I put post up.
Yes.
When I have inspiration, I just put it out there for people to read what I'm thinking about.
And that's
how Facebook asks you what's on your mind. So every now and then I put what's on my mind.
You tell them what's on your mind and tell us all. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that, because that's what partly generated this, even though I know I had a standing promise from you that you'll be back.
Now here I come.
Yes. So, I sent you a couple of quips from my, what number book is this now? Third book. And you chose Quip 54. I chuckled when I saw the one you chose, because, well, let me not preempt myself. Yeah, you chose Quip. Oh, am I picking the right book? No, I'm not picking the right book. Sorry, from my second book.
That's okay. Take your time.
Quip 54. Yeah. So it says, if you pester your children, they may grow up and become unpleasant to be around.
That is deep. That is deep. And thinking about it this morning, I was thinking about how parents can pester their children. And a couple of things came to mind.
Okay.
Parents can pester their children by their demands. They can pester their children by all these unrealistic expectations. And I like to answer questions by illustration so we can drive the point home.
Okay.
For example, a teenager, for example, that has had a busy week or a busy day in school, that came home that said, I just want to take a nap. I'm tired. Maybe they're also involved in sport and the child is tired, went to bed, and one of the parents just maybe 30 minutes into the nap knocked the door. Get up, come on, make me something. That would be annoying to that child. Like, this is my time, this is my space, give me my space, allow me to take a breather. That is what the child wants at that particular time. So when we make unnecessary demand, when they are doing their own stuff, maybe they are doing their homework, and then you just barge into their room and say, come and do this for me. I know my children, they laugh, they watch this video about African parents that they'll be watching TV and the remote is right there in front of them. And they will call a child from the basement or upstairs, they are on the main floor. Somebody, Joshua, Denise, come on.
Who is there?
Who's there? Yes. Take this remote, the remote that is right there in front of you. that can be annoying to that child.
Yeah.
Pester mean to annoy, to annoy.
Yeah.
That can be annoying. And even the Bible tells us not to provoke our
Yes.
children.
True.
So another thing is the unexpected expectations, unrealistic expectations rather.
Yeah.
So you expect your child to assume certain role. You expect your child to achieve certain things because you see others achieve that, or you want them to be to go into certain course. Okay, maybe a parent wanted to be a doctor. That is the most popular one, right? Everyone wants to be a doctor. So maybe it was a failed attempt on the part of the
Yes.
parent. That's okay. I actually wanted to be a doctor, but that dream did not come true. And now I expect my child to be.
Live
That is
my
unfair.
dream. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is your own personal dream.
Yeah.
That's in one way or another something happened. You didn't achieve that goal. You didn't achieve
Yeah.
that dream. But don't push it on
Mm-hmm.
your child.
Mm.
Don't tell your child you have to be this or you have to be that.
Yeah.
Give them space. Train them. Let them know what is right, what is bad. Let them
Mm-hmm.
make their choice.
Yeah.
Guide them, right? Guide them. Don't put all these demands, don't put all these expectations on them. They are yours. Those are your expectations that you wanted to fulfill that income.
Yeah.
It's life happens, but it doesn't mean that your child should carry that legacy. It's
Mm.
yours. If they
Yeah.
decide they want it, that's okay. So I can go on and on with different examples. I just want to suggest to parents that we need to be careful of how we make demands on
Yeah.
our child. It's okay for them
Mm.
to give them their space, give them their room. On weekend, today is Saturday, we are recording on a Saturday. Some children may want to sleep in.
Yeah.
If they decide they want to wake up at 12 and do their chores, that's fine, that's okay. Because in our own time, you dare not sleep in does not mean they should not sleep in.
Yeah.
That is pestering them. That could be annoying for them. Yeah.
And this point you just made, because I was going to ask about that, about, where do you draw the line, right, quote and unquote, on parenting? Because if you say, oh, I let my children do whatever they want, how do you draw that line on parenting? And when I think about your comment about the fact that you couldn't sleep in your day, some of us were annoyed by it,
Yeah.
you know?
Really? Yeah.
So where do we draw the line and say, as a parent, this is what I expect of my child, and this is where I give you latitude?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So just to touch on what annoyed me as a child, I remember the example that I cited. My dad sitting there and asking me to grab something that is close to him is like, it's really annoying for me, right? And I decided I don't want to make my children go through that.
Yeah.
If it's something that I can do, yeah, I will do it. Or if you ask them to do something and you don't say thank you,
Oh, that's a no-no.
that
Yes.
is annoying as well. Show a bit of appreciation. Okay, get me
Yeah.
a glass of water, please. And the child brings you a glass of water. Say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So where do we draw the line? Okay, so we want them to be independent. We want them to grow up to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want a child after leaving your home that will be calling you for every little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dad, how do I do this? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
mom, how do I do that? So that means, okay, that such parents need to reflect. Did I parent well? Did I show
Yeah.
this kid everything that he or she needed to know,
Yeah.
right? To make them independent.
Yeah.
So drawing the line is looking at every child as an individual,
Mm.
a unique being, an image of God
Mm.
that has the ability to make their own decisions, maybe small. So when a child asks a questions, ask a question, and then that, Mom, what do you want me to do? Like, should I do this? We can throw that question back. What do you think? Do you think you should do it?
Yeah, yeah.
What happens if you do it? What happens if you don't do it? You know? So God says, come, let us reason together. So if God is asking mankind to say, I want to reason with you, why won't we reason with our children?
Yeah.
Right? So there is a room, there is a place for creating an open and loving, caring environment for a child to thrive in. Right? We want to create such environments that your child be able to come to you with anything. And at the same time, you want to take your stand as a parent. There are certain demands and certain things that a child may come to you and say, Mom, Dad, I want to do this. And you know that thing that they want to do will be detrimental for their growth, will be detrimental for, may hurt them, may harm them even physically. Then you have to take your ground and say, no, you're not going to do that.
Not happening.
And give them reasons.
Why?
So, and coming down to their level, the way you will talk to a toddler is different from the way you will talk to a school-age kid. The way you will talk to a teenager is different from the way you will talk to a young adult. So coming down to their level, telling them you cannot do this because of this, or throwing the question back at them and say, okay, so what do you want to gain when you engage in this activity? What is in there to that would be something that is productive for you, that will add value to your life? So that's where we draw the line. It's very important for us to create that caring, loving, friendly environment so they can come to us with everything that's maybe bothering them.
That's a big one. Yeah.
So not like Daddy is coming, you are hiding. Oh, Mommy's home. Oh, I can hear the car. Oh, I need to run.
Disappear, everybody.
Everybody disappear. Then there's nobody. Okay, I said, but they're hiding in their rooms because there's no such relationship that's withdraw the children to you. You don't want to be a terrorist in your own home. You want to be receptive to your kid. You want to be accessible to them.
That's a big one. Yeah.
You want to be accessible to them, and you don't want them to take their questions and concerns elsewhere where they will get the wrong answer. Right? So
thank you. This has been, insightful as usual. This parenting thing, it's almost like with each child, you're learning a new lesson because each child is different.
Absolutely. Each child is different. Don't use the yardstick that you use on your firstborn. Some people call firstborn guinea pigs because you use them as experiment. So firstborn is experiment child, right? So because your firstborn did this and has a certain personality, does not mean that we translate to his or our siblings, right? So we need to study each child as you read a book. It's like you read this every child. How can I connect with this one? So no two children are the same, even twins. They're not. There will be one thing or another that will be different. And the latter parts of that code says so they will not be miserable.
They will not be unpleasant to be around.
Unpleasant to be around with. Okay, so if we pester, if a child grows up in an environment that everyone around they are annoying to him or her, so that child will grow up to be irritable.
Yes.
Because everything that they are just throwing this, throwing that, be considerate. If we are not considerate with them, then they will grow up angry. They will grow up angry. And they might not be able to put their finger on
On the
where
cause.
the problem is, on the cause of the problem.
Yeah.
So the family of origin is huge, is the foundation of every child, every
That's
one
true.
of us. So there are certain attributes that we borrow from our mom, from the dad, or wherever you grow up.
Yeah.
Your guardian, your uncle, the environment.
Yeah.
So the family of origin determines a lot of things, our
That's true.
personality,
Yeah.
how we interact, how we respond to in social cycle and all of that. So
Yeah.
a child that constantly gets annoyed, the parents are making all these unrealistic expectations, being pushy on them. It's okay to encourage your child to aspire higher,
Yeah.
to be serious in whatever they do, their education and all of that. But don't become annoying
Yeah.
by your constants. If you say
That's true.
something once, let it rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let it be like a constant demand and all, and let's try to reason with them.
Yeah.
Because we want them to grow up to be independent, loving individuals,
Yeah.
adults in the
Yeah.
not to be unpleasant to be around with.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody
thank
wants to
you.
be with
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
somebody
No,
that is
nobody wants to
irritable.
be around a grouch
Yeah,
or an
yeah,
irritable person,
no,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
And you make a really, really good point that there are some adults who we interact with and their irritability may have been transferred aggression from, their upbringing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Valid
So
point.
that is something that some people don't take cognizant of. The environment that a child grows up in is vital for their
Yes, it
for
is.
their future.
Yes.
It determines how they will be when they grow up.
Yeah,
So
how they
that's
show up.
that's
Yeah.
why that's why we need to lay that good foundation for them,
Mm,
so they can be great people,
mm,
when they grow up.
yeah.
So yeah.
Amen. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. And as usual, you have a standing open invitation back. So let's do this again sometime soon.
No problems, no problem, anytime.
All
Yeah.
right. Thanks. That was a very insightful time with Eunice. Please don't pester your children. I mean, think about the things that irritated you growing up. Yeah. But that's not to say we should abdicate our roles as parents. Like I said earlier, Family Day is next week. Yeah, it's the Monday. Yeah, yeah, it's the Monday. So please don't pester your children so that they won't be unpleasant adults. I look forward to reading your comments on this video. And remember, this video can also be found on Spotify. So feel free to share the link with others and let's learn together on how to raise the best possible adults we can. God bless you. Bye now.